Have you ever wondered why some creatures were born blind to beauty? Why some hearts were designed never to feel sweetness? In a world filled with flavors, where every living thing chases sugar like it's happiness itself, there's one silent predator that walks away from it all. The cat, elegant, mysterious, and completely indifferent to the taste of sweet. You could pour honey, melt chocolate, even spill the richest cream, and that royal creature would just stare like it's watching a fool. Because cats can't taste sweet, not a drop, not a grain. Nature forgot to give them that pleasure, or maybe it took it away. See, deep inside their DNA, there's a missing key, a broken receptor called TAS1R2. It's the code that lets creatures sense sugar. Dogs have it, humans have it, even mice have it. But cats? Nothing. A genetic silence that turned them into nature's perfect hunters. No distractions, no sugar rush. Just focus. Just instinct. Just the art of survival. Imagine that. A species that never tasted dessert, never felt the warmth of a sweet fruit, and never cared. Because evolution carved them into something else. A creature built for precision, not pleasure. And maybe that's the secret behind their stare. That haunting, unreadable gaze that cuts right through you. They don't crave what we crave. They don't chase what we chase. They exist beyond temptation. But here's where it gets deeper. When scientists studied feline DNA, they found that not only domestic cats, but lions, tigers, cheetahs, every big cat carries the same broken code, a shared silence across the wild. It's like nature said, you don't need sweetness. You were born for something sharper. So when your cat turns its head away from your cookie, it's not being arrogant. It's being ancient. It's carrying the wisdom of the wild, the story of predators who survived not through comfort, but through control. And here's the twist. That missing sweet gene, it may have saved them. Because creatures drawn to sugar often grow slow, soft, distracted. But the cat remained lean, fast, focused, a perfect design for the hunt. So maybe what we call a defect is actually nature's hidden gift. Maybe losing sweetness was how they found strength. And as that quiet creature curls beside you tonight, remember, behind those glowing eyes lies a wild code, older than kings, untouched by sugar, unmoved by pleasure, driven only by the pulse of survival. The cat doesn't need sweetness because it was born to taste something far deeper, the raw, silent thrill of life itself. Have you ever looked closely at a cat's tongue? Not just the way it licks, but the way it works. It's not soft. It's not gentle. It's a weapon. Under the light, it looks like velvet, but under a microscope, it's a battlefield. Thousands of backward-facing hooks, called papillae. Each one sharp as a claw, each one built for a single purpose, to rip, to grip, to tear flesh from bone. When a cat grooms itself, those hooks drag through its fur like tiny combs. But when it feeds, they transform into blades, scraping meat clean from the bones of prey, like a living machine built for the taste of blood. And here's the twist. Those hooks aren't random. They're made of keratin, the same hard material in claws and horns. Nature didn't design softness for cats. It designed efficiency, precision, perfection. But something even stranger happened in their evolution. While most creatures evolved to crave sugar, to chase fruits, nectar, and sweet energy, cats went the other way. They lost sweetness. Their genes literally erased the ability to taste it. Yet two flavors remained strong, umami and fat, because those were the languages of meat, the signals of survival, the call of protein and energy. Every lick, every bite wasn't about pleasure, it was about power. Ancient cats roamed a world where sweetness meant nothing. Flesh was their fruit, warm blood was their nectar, and the tongue, that rough, spiked marvel, was the bridge between hunger and survival. Think about it. While other animals evolved tongues that celebrated comfort, Cats evolved tongues that celebrated conquest. They didn't just eat to live, they perfected the act of eating. So when your cat drags that rough tongue across your skin, it's not affection alone. It's a whisper from the wild, a memory written in muscle and DNA of hunters who never needed sweetness because they were born to taste only victory. That's the evolution of the carnivore tongue. Not built for delight, but for dominance. Have you ever wondered, what secret is written inside a cat's DNA that makes it blind to sweetness? The answer isn't magic, it's code, genetic code. Deep within the cat's genome, scientists found a silence, a missing voice in the orchestra of taste. Two genes, TAS1R2 and TAS1R3, normally join together to let animals taste sugar. They form the gateway, the receptor for sweetness. But in cats, one of them, TAS1R2, is broken, not damaged by accident, but erased by evolution. A single genetic switch turned off, and the sense of sweet vanished forever. It's like nature deleted dessert from their menu, and yet, the rest of the taste world stayed alive. Cats can still sense bitter, that warning taste nature designed to detect toxins. They can feel sour, the signal of spoiled food or danger. They can even detect salt, but only faintly. Not enough to crave it, just enough to survive. But one taste dominates their world: umami, the deep, savory flavor of amino acids, the taste of meat, life, and survival. When you open a can of tuna, that instant head turn, that focused stare, it's not sweetness they're sensing, it's protein. It's the ancestral flavor of the hunt. And yet scientists couldn't stop wondering, could this lost taste ever return? Could we, through genetic magic, turn sweetness back on? Experiments in molecular biology are already exploring that idea. Synthetic gene therapy, the insertion of a working TAS1R2 receptor into feline DNA, a hypothetical step into rewriting taste evolution itself. Imagine that, a cat licking an ice cream cone and actually tasting it, a predator rediscovering a flavor its ancestors lost millions of years ago. But would that be progress or betrayal? Because maybe their silence towards sweetness isn't a flaw, it's identity. The cat isn't missing something, it's refined, streamlined by evolution to chase only what matters: the scent of prey, the taste of survival, the flavor of life itself. And perhaps that's the truth written in their genes, that nature doesn't always take away to punish. Sometimes it takes away to perfect. Have you ever asked yourself how a creature that never tastes sugar still burns with so much energy? The answer lies deep inside their blood, in a paradox only nature could design. Cats don't run on sugar, they run on survival. While humans and most animals fuel themselves with carbohydrates, cats were shaped by evolution to thrive without them. Their metabolism, sharp, efficient, ancient, runs almost entirely on protein and fat. Every heartbeat, every leap, every silent step is powered not by sweetness, but by muscle, by meat, by the fuel of predators. Their liver is the secret engine. Inside, a process called gluconeogenesis turns protein into glucose, a chemical magic trick that keeps the body running without ever touching a grain of sugar. They can literally create their own energy from flesh. No fruits, no sweets, no carbs, just pure primal chemistry. And it works beautifully, as long as they stay true to their nature. Because when humans try to feed them like themselves, cookies, milk with sugar, even sweetened treats, that ancient engine starts to fail. Their liver strains, their kidneys weaken, their pancreas can't handle the overload. To a cat, sugar isn't a treat. It's poison disguised as kindness. Their bodies were never meant to dance with glucose. They were built to turn prey into power with ruthless efficiency. Think of it, a system so specialized that even in starvation, their body still finds energy within its own protein stores. They don't depend on plants, grains, or sweets. They depend on instinct and the chemistry of survival. That's the energy paradox of the feline world. A creature that defies the very rule of life we live by. Where others need sweetness for strength, cats need focus, hunger, and the raw taste of the hunt. It's not weakness. It's evolution's masterpiece. Because the cat doesn't just live without sugar, it thrives without it. Their energy isn't borrowed from sweetness. It's forged from survival. And that's why, long after the sugar burns out in others, the cat still moves. Silent, relentless, unstoppable. Have you ever wondered how a creature that can't taste sweetness still gives it so effortlessly? The cat, a being untouched by sugar, yet overflowing with softness, warmth, and love. If sweetness was meant to be felt through the tongue, then cats prove something extraordinary. That emotion doesn't need flavor. They don't taste sweetness. They live it in other ways. For them, joy isn't found in candy or cream. It's found in connection, in scent, in texture, in the warmth of skin against fur. Their nose, not their tongue, is their gateway to pleasure. Every breath pulls in a world of smells we can't even imagine. The scent of your hand, your home, your heartbeat, it's all mapped inside them like comfort itself. And their tongue, rough and wild, still holds a strange tenderness. When they lick you, it's not for taste, it's for trust. It's their language, their way of saying, "You're mine." To us, sweetness is sugar. To them, sweetness is safety. Their joy lives in sensation, the rhythm of purring against your chest, the soft pressure of a slow blink, the way they knead your lap like shaping love itself. They don't crave desserts, they crave presence. And maybe that's why their affection feels so pure, because it's not driven by flavor, not tangled in temptation. It's instinct wrapped in warmth, delivered in silence. Scientists say cats don't have the receptors for sweetness, but look closer, and you'll see they've evolved something even better. A heart that feels sweetness in vibration and touch. Each purr is a pulse of calm. Each brush of fur is a word unspoken. Each curl beside you, a whisper that says, "I don't need sugar to love you." Because for them, love isn't tasted, it's felt. And in that quiet, in that heartbeat between breath and purr, you realize something beautiful. The sweetest creatures on earth are the ones who never needed sugar at all.